All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have our second stream of the day, as I promised earlier, and today's event is going to be a little different. So earlier this morning, we had a internal scrim on Black Coast, and now we are bringing you Operation Maple Leaf. This is a internal event in First MD, minimum size of 30 players on each team, up to 46 players on each team. We had over 100 people sign up for this event, and we're still finalizing last second arrangements, getting the teams organized. So let's break down how this event is going to work. We have a little bit different rules compared to normal scrim rules. So this is going to be a invasion style game, and it's going to be on Manikugan. Some general rules: there's no main camping. This is different compared to scrims. Typically in scrims you see main camping. In this event that is not allowed. You cannot block any bridges. And for the Chads, this is going to be the invading force with the U.S. Army. They have a set of objectives to take. So you have objective number 1, just like invasion, and you have 30 minutes to take that objective. Once you take it, you get an additional 30 minutes added to your timer, and you also have a pretty decent starting force. So the U.S. has Abrams, Bradleys, Strikers, MATVs, helicopters, and some Logi trucks, and they're going to be going against an inferior force, the Canadian Resistance Forces. So the Rats, gotcha. So the Rats are the CRF. They have to defend each point at a time. They don't have that much armor, as you can see with the starting strength here. They only have technical transports, technical lodges, and 50 cals. But they do get more and more reinforcements after every single point. Reading the description of the event real quick, we have this following description. So, following the refusal to hand over all strategic maple syrup reserves by the government of Canada, the U.S. Army, desperate to secure the strategic resource for the war effort, has launched an invasion of Quebec. Not expecting much resistance, the U.S. Army has overextended their supply lines in an effort to reach the Manic 5 hydroelectric dam before the Canadian Army can have a major counterattack. Unbeknownst to them, the Canadian Resistance Forces are staging for defense of the area. They don't have much hardware available, but they know the terrain, and they're going to use that to defend their home turf. So the people that signed up have to choose a side. Are they going to be Chads and attack with the US side, or are they going to be Rats and play CRF and play a little bit more rat tactics? So definitely going to be interesting here. Checking in game real quick. We have both sides getting set up. This is live, so we're going to be starting in about 3 minutes. And let me go ahead and make my squad, and then we'll review the squads. So going back to our browser here, we have the two different teams. This first screenshot is going to be the squad leaders for the US side, the attacking side. Stewie is the commander. His infantry squad leaders are not Jeffrey, Sap, and Bear, and Renegade. He has Rat in the Abrams. He has Medaka in the IFV. He has Cunny in the IFV, and then Ragefire as the heli pilot. On the defending side, we have Silver Mercy as the commander, and his infantry squad leaders are Bakiha, Fake Kaz, MN, Jaya, and Infected. He has Scoots playing in armor, and not too many other armor kits. Like we said, they don't get that many. So it's going to be a pretty cool event, like we were saying. Let me go ahead and fix my admin cam real quick.
There are 13 seats, or actually no, 12 seats, so I can fit that.
And as we can see here on the map, you have the main here in the southeast corner. This is the U.S. main. Once the staging phase ends in about 2 minutes, then they will be attacking Fire Base Boris. That is the first base that they will have to attack. If they successfully attack that, then they have additional objectives afterwards. Real quick too, because I didn't introduce him. So I'm Zane. I've been casting a lot of events recently. Sniper is here with me as well. He's going to be my color commentator. We're going to be trying this out. So hi, Sniper.
Hello, it's good to be here.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So looking at the map here, we are currently looking at Firebase Boris. And it was in that list of rules that I was looking at earlier. One thing that is interesting for the attacking side is that the U.S. forces are only permitted to use one attack fob at a time. And that attack fob is fair game. If the Canadian Resistance Forces find where it is, they can dig it down and dismantle it. But it's going to be interesting to see, what is the U.S.'s game plan? Where are they going to place this attack fob? And again, they only get one per objective. So we're currently looking at Firebase Boris. It's right on top of this mountaintop. And you can see CRF is starting to get staged. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to fly over to the US main, because we'll be following the US team, at least in the beginning of this. And we're going to see what their rollout looks like. Typically, when you watch scrims, the rollout is the most important piece because every second counts. In this case, I don't think it's as much as important because you have 30 minutes to capture that first point, and it's more about not losing your resources early on. You don't want to lose your armor.
They also have a cat alley, just so you're aware. I don't think it's actually spawning in. I think it's just people just because the tank is.
All right, so we are live now. Staging is now over. We can see the rollout starting now. We have a Matt B in front, you got a Bradley in tow, you got your helicopter spinning up, you got your Abrams, your Stryker, and then a couple Logi trucks as well.
So Zane, I am looking at this and I'm wondering how this is going to play out here with Squad 5. It looks like they're moving ahead of everybody to try to ambush the teams that come out.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. If we look over at Squad 5 here, what we got over here? We got Junkin Vamps, we got Scoots, and Apollos here.
Yeah, Apollo, you out too.
And it looks like they might actually be running into some contact here soon enough. If you look at Squad 2 coming up here, we have Not Jeffrey coming up the road. So we might see our first point of contact here. CRF setting up their first ambush.
Looks like they've got the 50 kind of in position. It looks like they're about to hit them hard.
Yep, here they come. Matt V coming down the road.
See if that 50 takes it.
Some opening shots. Ooh! Not Jeffrey gets shot out. One ish gets shot out. They all get shot out!
Yeah. They just wiped him right off the rip.
Wow. Great ambush off the rip there. Thanks for calling that one out. Let's go see what the rest of this armor column is doing. You see one Logi that's split off, or two Logis that are split off to the northeast, and you have your armor column heading straight north up the road. We do want to go and look at the helicopter that came and dropped troops just to the southwest of Boris. Don't know if that helicopter ever made it out. No, it doesn't look like it did. So that helicopter is rotored, and you do have some infantry fighting here in the tree line. Rogue and Bakiha both down. You do have a few elements of the CRF coming in to try and flank the tree line. You got Circus, you got Horseshoe, and Regnerus. And now you have that armor column now pushing up the north here, trying to give that infantry some support. Oh, they hit a mine! Akuma, Dinkster, and Rat hit a mine in the Abrams. They are completely tracked, and they are vulnerable. The only problem is CRF does not have any infantry left at all. So that's not going to be too punishing for the armor column. They should be able to get back in the fight, and now you're starting to see some fighting here across the river towards the north side, where the U.S. forces will be trying to set up some form of an attack fob. See a vehicle here.
Squad 6 on the U.S. side is engaging Squad 7 on the enemy side across the bridge, which is hindering their HAB setup that it looks like they were trying to place here.
Yeah. Also, too, just in the bridge to the northwest, I don't know if that was a miscommunication or something, but Thaniel, Shreks, and those guys were trying to come down the bridge, and they just get blown up by the Abrams. Curious if that was a lack of communication or no communication. Yeah, let me go and I think that's what you're saying, right? This bridge to the east. Let's go see what's happening.
I don't know if you covered this, Zane, or not. Admins just came across and said that any vehicle that gets destroyed during any part of the game is technically down for good. They can't respawn with it.
Yep, that makes sense because you get a if the U.S. forces capture the second objective, they get a new basically wave of certain vehicles. Same with the defenders as well, so that makes sense.
And it does look like they're getting that Abrams back up and repaired too. Yep, that Abrams is back up.
Yeah, we're seeing definitely some bogged down infantry forces here. We see that El Wevy was trying to cross this eastern bridge, was not able to do it. So CRF, at least for now, holding that choke point of the bridge. See, the Bradley's starting to reposition a little bit. The Abrams, too, is looking like it's okay. And I guess my question is, what happened to the helicopter? Is that still up?
Yes, I saw the helicopter moving back towards the main, so I imagine he's getting rearmed. Oh, yep, he's right above us right now.
Yeah, so he dropped that off back at main, and looks like Ragefire swapped to the Little Bird instead. Couple smokes now trying to help the infantry forces. It looks like, though, the U.S. is pushing a little bit to the north instead, so they're going to be using the land bridge to cross. And that's the thing. There's a lot of choke points with this first point. So how do you find which of these choke points is the least defended is probably what the U.S. is probing right now.
Squad 7, if you can see my hab so we can spawn. Because right now, both lobbies are doing nothing right now. Scott 2, is it generally safe for us to move down this road?
Looks like the resistance forces are starting to spot that out. You see some U.S. infantry starting to go down. Race fire starting to pepper the tree line. There's plenty of time remaining still. I mean, U.S. probably has just under 25 minutes left to try and take this first point. We'll check back in on the west there.
Yeah, it looks like they're holding it down pretty good. It's 4 guys holding against it looks like about 2 squads.
Somehow
So
Poppers was able to make it across the bridge somehow. He trades with MN. He was able to knife MN, pop, and MN shoots him. I don't know how he got across.
Yeah. Yep. And looking at the map, it looks like both their Bradleys and their Abrams are all headed back to main. Looks like to rearm and fix themselves, so that's definitely going to hamper the infantry's movements to capture this point.
Absolutely. You can see just, from looking at the map, the spread of the Canadian resistance forces. They have a heavy presence on this eastern bridge. They have a heavy presence on the southwest and the west sides, just watching every single choke point. And if I'm the U.S. side, maybe you pivot. Maybe you try to get across and maybe attack from the northeast.
Why are we still sitting here?
Yeah, at some point, I think they want to have to approach that first land bridge to the southeast, cross there, and try to flank around, because it looks like they're just getting bogged down everywhere that they're trying right now.
Yep, agreed. Lots of smokes here, but smokes are only concealment and not cover. You see some grenades coming in, some stray shots, and it's making it very difficult for the U.S. forces approaching from the east side. If we come back to the west side now, let's go take a look on how they are faring over here. Looks like Fitzroy was able to sneak his way across, so he's going to be coming up behind the U.S. forces here, picking them off. And he's actually going to be burning 2 rallies here in just a second if he just keeps crawling a little bit forward. And it looks like he's going to stay stationary. If he does keep pulling forward, though, that is going to hurt the U.S.'s advances on the west side.
Yeah. Just looking at his posture and everything, it looks like he might not even know those 2 rallies are there. He's got his binos out. I think he's just spotting. So that's probably why he stopped pushing. He didn't even realize that they were both sitting there.
Yeah, he's more concerned with trying to figure out exactly where these U.S. forces went.
Yep. And it does look like all the infantry forces left did go up to the west, and they're now trying to flank around.
Looks like we have a squad of the Canadian resistance forces on the west side holding this bridge. They have their binoculars out. They know that the U.S. forces are flanking around. You can see Scruggs and Flawful, Akasito, Sap, they are just going the long way around. Still no radios to be placed down yet by the U.S. team.
And Fitz did burn both of those rallies, so now those 2 squads up there are just stranded now.
Yep.
They have no respawns if anybody pushes.
That's what I'm a little confused about. Did they lose those lodges, or no? The lodges are just staying parked just south of the eastern bridge, and maybe the U.S. team thought they didn't need an attack fob, but you can see they're getting stalled out. They're playing off of rallies, and they're not able to make much of a headway.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like they put both lodges there and only deployed rallies, no radios or anything. So I don't really understand what they're thinking in regards of, you know, being able to get reinforcements in.
Come here, come here, come here.
Lock and heal.
Yeah, this is reminding me a lot of the 3 times that I took the Crucible and failed. This feels very familiar, where it's like, all right, you have your one objective that you have to go and attack, and you have a very capable defense force that knows where you're coming from, and you just kind of get bogged down. And that's okay, but you have to be able to adapt and figure out a new plan of attack. And you have to avoid the sunk cost fallacy of just doing what you have been doing.
Yep. Exactly. And just going back to the bridge, it looks like most of the enemy is actually down that's on the bridge, and there's one medic trying to revive, which is Rolling Fury at the moment. But it seems like they're smoking the bridge in an effort to try to get their people up, but I don't think it's going to work.
I come back over here to this eastern bridge. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's not looking good. You see some onesie twosies pushing like Innocent Mickey. They got across the bridge for a bit.
Yep.
And I think you're starting to see now maybe a different approach forming. If I'm the U.S. team, maybe I go with a mechanized infantry approach. I get a squad and a Bradley, push across, and then try to get a foothold.
Yep. I'm really surprised that Bradley is not actually doing a whole lot in terms of trying to suppress the enemy. The CRF team's just kind of freely roaming, and they're in the open, so. Alright. So going back over the northwest side, they did just take out one of the Vics. It looks like took out 4 of the CRF reinforcements. Stu shot a rocket at it, took it down.
Where's the Vic at?
So we do have. Yeah, what's interesting here too is if you look at the southern, like way across Firebase borders, you're starting to see a stream of Canadian resistance forces pushing to the south. So the U.S. forces now, sure, they have their Abrams up here, but their infantry is starting to get boxed in. I mean, you even have a push from Rogue, Bakiha, Ragnarus, Citrus. They're all pushing across the bridges, and the U.S. team's supposed to be the attackers.
Yeah, the roles are being flipped here. Which right now it seems like it's a very aggressive strategy, but it's working.
Yeah. Yeah, the U.S. force is starting to get boxed in. The Abrams is going to be isolated soon enough. You are seeing another stray squad, though, pushing to the north here. Stu, Sap, Knights,
Yep.
Elite, and they're maybe going to try this other bridge. Little do they know, there is already a CRF squad ready and waiting.
I do have 3 of the U.S. side that are actively flanking on this land bridge here. It looks like they might be actually being able to make this work.
Oh, you're talking about not Jeffrey, squad 2?
Yeah, not
Yes.
Jeffrey and America.
Let's go take a look.
Yeah, it does look like that they are flanking somewhat successfully.
Yeah, it looks like they are now in the back lines. There's not too many of them, but there's enough pressure here that maybe the CRF side won't be as focused on the bridge.
Well, and if they can get it, and if they can burn that rally there at the land bridge, that opens everything up.
Absolutely. See Bear starting to go across now. Welby, Desiree, they're all pushing across now. And the question is, is this flank from Squad 2 enough to get more guys across that bridge?
Well, it doesn't look like it. If they can keep up support on the bridge, which right now nobody's shooting at the bridge, I don't know why. But it does look like not Jeffrey's caught up in a crossfire between Potato Aim and Akatsuki.
Bradley coming to life there, laying down some suppressing fire. You still have Merca 1 inch on this north side.
Mhm. Zane, do you have time by chance?
I do not actually. I don't know. I guess we'll leave it up to the admin team. Oh my God, is it Bradley dead?
Oh wow, yep, they did.
Oh
They
my
burned the
God,
rally. They burned it.
the Bradley dead just like that. I didn't see what it was. I guess it was a hat kit that maybe took it out, but Bradley dead now, and
Yeah.
that is oof, that's not good.
I think that's going to take all the wind out of the U.S.'s sails, unfortunately.
Good artillery coming in there, clearing out the other side of the bridge, but I think it's a little too late. Now that not many CRF are watching it, there's just no U.S. infantry to help back it up. Let's check back in the west side here. We have not
does
too
look
much.
like the CRF is pushing on the Abrams at the moment. So, wondering how that's going to play out, because it does look like he is tracked already.
Yeah, he's tracking vulnerable. Akuma out
Fitz
trying to
is
repair.
pushing up.
Yeah.
If Fitz pushes and can kill Akirma, then that tank is effectively out of action. But overall, it does look like the CRF strategy is paying off by being really aggressive.
My food's here. 1 second.
Yeah. So currently, it looks like Bradley over here on the northwest side by administration is starting to pick up troops in an effort to hopefully start transporting them. That's the hope. That's what I think they're doing. They are deploying smokes and members are getting in. So
Where'd you say that was?
that is the Bradley, Staps Bradley. It looks like they are starting to pick up infantry on the northwest side.
Okay.
And
this-
it looks like they might try an effort to push them across, which right now, if the Bradley can get across, there is nobody on the other side, really.
God, Fitzroy just went flying from the Abrams. Yeah, we'll check back in on the Abrams in a second. So yeah, we have the Bradley here, and it looks like yeah, you got some infantry guys in here.
We can't.
Alright, do I need to dig him down or something?
Yeah, that's the thing
Yeah,
is
dig 'em
this
down, dig 'em
bridge
down.
is mine.
Somebody...
So someone has to get out and start digging down these mines on the bridge. You can see where they're placed and dug down here. The thing
They
is,
do have 3.
Lorkley is here just ready, lying in wait here behind the rock.
Guys across, guys across.
I think the minute he hits that shovel, I think he's going to pop up and shoot him.
On the rock, on my move. Yep.
Yep, he's moving now. Now let's see if he pays attention.
Smart to put the smoke down. Let's check back
I
in
don't
real
think he
quick.
knows.
See how the Abrams is doing back over here. So they were stranded. Looks like they're still stranded. Akuma is dead from the Abrams. It's just Dingster and Rat left in the Abrams. They do kill Jaya. Thing is, they don't know. They're double tracked? No, single tracked. They just don't know what infantry is around them. But I think they should be able to get back in the fight. Depends if they get some infantry support, which it looks like they will be.
Yep. Well, I'm thinking they're going to get these mines down because it looks like Florkley has no idea that Johnson's over here digging up these mines.
Yep.
Just based off of how he's reacting, I don't think he has any idea that they just dug up all the mines.
No. And another thing to keep an eye on, in the northeast to the point, we're starting to see an actual push being mounted. So Squad 12 and Squad 5 here going off rallies, and they're going to be slowly working their way down the tree line here, trying to see, if they could sneak their way into the point.
Yep. I mean, if they're able to successfully sneak their way into the point, they might be able to cap it, as there's only 2 members currently on point.
That's a good point. There's not too many people. A lot of the CRF resources have been diverted to that southeast bridge, and maybe they're starting to realize there's no one there.
Yep. I think if their SLs are paying attention, they're going to just notice that Meta just burnt it. Yep, they just called it out. They are aware now that that rally was burnt.
Daka unironically pushing up. They will be the first to reach the active points. You do see a lot more infantry in tow towards the northeast. Looks like Iniosi is going to go and sniff those guys out.
Yep.
The game froze for a second. Oh. Okay. I want to check back in on the Bradley. It looks like it's just to the west side of administration. Funny enough, this is the second point administration, and you're seeing a decent amount of resources from the U.S. team kind of trying to clear out this spot for some reason.
I think what they're doing is they're thinking long game. If they can hurry up and cap the 1 point, they'll pretty much already have the second point. But that only works if you're able to actually capture the first point, and it looks like the enemy is aware and is now reinforcing the first point.
No, not a bad strategy. It's just it hinges on you being able to take that first point. We do have a Logi here, actually to the southwest. Stu is in this Logi, so we might be seeing a fob get set up here. Abrams is back and functional with 2 tracks. Looks like Ragnarus and Horseshoe are going to be the last 2 CRF members up here, causing a little bit of chaos.
Yep. So I guess the tank is also firing on Firebase, so they can't effectively defend it because anytime they walk out in the open, the tank fires around. But the tank is on fire.
So the tank was on fire?
Yeah.
Oh shit! What happened?
The tank is on fire. Sounds like the hat. I'm assuming
Daniel.
It's Daniel.
Yeah.
Hit him and got him pretty good. I don't know realistically if they can make it back to main. Nope. He is done. Dinkster just died inside the tank.
I think it's still salvageable. They can still fix it. It's not an ammo rack at least. It's just they're gonna be limping all the way back to main, or if they can get a repair station.
Yep. It's either that or they set up on this highest point here and start shelling Firebase, which I don't see how that's effective when they already know where it's at.
Looks like the Logi here. Okay, I think the game plan we're seeing is Stu and Excalibur are going to be pushing the Logi way up to the west. So maybe they're taking a bet that they can still take this first point with rallies.
Mm-hmm.
Checking in on the southeast side of Firebase Boris, you do see some infantry down here, Maverick and Acusito. And it's interesting just seeing the infantry spread across. You got U.S. guys to the east, you got CRF, and then further to the east, you got more U.S. guys.
Yeah, U.S. is extremely spread out, and I think that's the problem hindering them is they can't effectively mount an offense when they're so far apart from each other.
Seen some fighting here in the woods just to the north side. Bear going to be facing off against Fitzrow and RZA.
So, from my understanding, just basically hearing it, the only 2 vehicles that are left up are a Bradley and a tank. Or 2 Bradleys in the tank. But it sounds like their mortar Vic is hanging way off. And, but yeah, so they have no Logis. It doesn't sound like anymore. It sounds like they blew all those up.
There was one to the west. Stu has one to the west of Dam Administration. Looks like they put a fob down just now.
Yes, I see that now.
I don't know why exactly. This would be a great one for attacking Dam Administration, definitely. The thing is, they need to focus on the current points.
Yeah, the problem is you don't have anything pushing the current point, and it seems like most of infantry that is attacking the current point from the east is pretty much dead.
I reading this right? I think the Abrams just got decrewed, so yeah, the Abrams is decrewed.
Abrams, yep. So the Abrams is pretty much dead in the water.
The UF doing really well, just poking and prodding, pushing across the bridge, getting info, cutting off rallies. They're doing a great job.
Yep.
Scott 4, what build you?
Their key to that, is taking out the actual tank. Once they got the tank out, then they only have to worry about the small Bradleys, and that's it.
They already killed one.
Yep.
Need some residual fighting here in the southeast. Yeah, again, it's just like you said. I think the U.S. forces are spread out a little too thin, and I'm not seeing as much focus on this first point that you have to take to keep the game alive.
Yeah. Well, and I think what's helping too is, so you see Ragefire doing a lot of strafing runs on the point. I think the problem is that Ragefire doesn't know that there's one guy on the point right now. Everybody else is spread out.
Yeah.
And so he's just wasting his ammo and his rockets, and he's not actually doing any real damage.
Hey, he fucked up Silver Mercy though.
Yeah, that's true. That is
oh wait,
true.
no, I didn't see that.
I think that's like his second time that Silver Mercy's respawned there because he got killed by Rage.
Yeah, we're seeing again just same thing. CRF knows that there was an attack mounting from the north, so they push out into the north. It looks like they clear out pretty much all the U.S. forces. They did not burn that rally in the very far back.
Their enemy tank did just get blown up too, so
the Abrams
their
blew
tank
up?
is so their tank is down hard.
Thing here, this is one of the lodges here that can't respawn, so they're shooting it. It's on fire now, just to the northeast of Boris, and this is about to blow up here in a minute.
Yep. So they have effectively taken out, it looks like, most of the infantry on their main push, which it looked like it came from the tower. People are respawning off of rallies, it looks like, but there's only 4 of them. So it sounds like that they've stalemated pretty much everything, and the only thing that they have still up is that fob that they placed.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a long walk just to get to the main point.
Curious how much time is left now. Don't think there's too much. Okay, hearing some good communications now on the U.S. side. Cunny is talking about, all right, let's do some mechanized infantry. We still have 2 Bradleys. Let's get our guys in the Bradley. Let's go to the first point, and let's just put boots on the ground. Love hearing that. That's exactly what the U.S. team needs. Is just you got to bring the fight to them. You can't just sit tight and let the CRF kind of extend out towards you.
Yep. Yes, I think that their biggest issue is that they haven't been using the Bradleys as what they were intended to be as. They haven't really been utilizing them as an infantry fighting vehicle. They've kind of just been using them as support, which hasn't really allowed them to push anywhere.
That's what I'm curious about. If the U.S. team is not able to take this first point, is this the end of the event, or maybe do we just swap teams, run it back, have the other team try to attack? Also, while we think about that, Ragefire is coming in with a full squad here to the northeast, so maybe we might see a hot drop coming in.
We'll see. Yeah, but it sounds like just basically off the
so
CRF
close.
comms that they are aware of it too.
It's so close. Oh no, this is about to be chaos. Ridgefire hits the tail rotor. Oh no.
They said Irish did say that he's going to give them. They technically have 6 more minutes, but they might let him run a little bit over that. See what happens. Kind of
Okay.
playing it by ear.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. So U.S. land their forces northeast of Firebase. Heli gets tail rotored, but is still alive. The infantry now dismounted, fighting tooth and nail, trying to just take any sort of land claim that they can call home. Cusito goes down. The thing is, they're also limited. They cannot place down another fob. Seen some fighting here. Flawful pushing. Sergeant Watson, MN both go down. The U.S. winning the majority of these gunfights. You have Fitzroy that goes down as well. And that was, all things being considered, that was a pretty successful landing there. Yeah, Shrek's here just in the south in the tree line. He's probably going to get traded out here soon.
Mm-hmm. You know, the funny thing, too, is that if they were to know the current position of it, they could have landed right, basically, on point.
Yeah, it was about a similar number of guys there. Probably could have. Here's another wave coming, though. Owen, Potato Aim, we got NEOC and RZA. They're going to be pushing up, trying to see if they can maybe repel this invasion.
Yep, from the bridge, but it's not as many members as what Rage just dropped off, which is what they need on point.
Yeah, let's go follow Rage here. Let's go see where they're going now. Rage going for another hot drop this time. This time going to be just north of Boris Firebase. I'm liking this. It's adding more angles to the attack, so now CRF has to worry about another angle to the push. We do see this CRF counteroffensive to the north is looking pretty successful for them. I think almost all the U.S. guys are dead. We just have Link here and Bear. Bear goes down. Link, the last man left standing.
Yep, and it does look like they did get a couple of teams on either side of the bridge. But from what I'm seeing...
Yeah, hold up.
They do have a rally up on this side of the bridge on the west side.
This is good.
And it does look like there's 4 of them there.
Just lost like that.
It looks like Steel and them have been focusing on that bridge just to the east, not the train bridge.
Yeah, no, this is good. So Sap, Jones, and Knights and Zutro, they have their rally down, like you said. They're all here waiting. And then a tactic that I'm curious if we're going to see is squad hopping. So if you die and you swap squads and you use the same kit, you keep your ammo, and you can use that new squad's rally. So I'm curious if we're going to see that tactic employed by the U.S. side. And this is really their first foothold. It's really their first foothold here, just to see,
That was our tank, yeah.
you know, are they going to be able to get into this point? Holy shit, that was a crazy shot.
I think for sapping them, I think it'll pay off if they advance straight forward. If they move and shift over to the south, they're going to burn that rally. They're going to know exactly where they're at.
Oh, Sap here talking in command comms. He's asking for a smoke barrage. He wants to push. He just wants some concealment.
Hey, one, where are you dropping us?
So Sap and his squad biding their time. Yeah, there is a rally direct to their east. They do have plenty of resistance, to the north here. And No Milk might actually be figuring this out.
Yep. If he's able to flank around and at least discover the enemy squad, I think it'll be fine. Sap and them play it safe by not shooting. If they do see No Milk, they're going to be okay.
A little bit more interested in the Abrams across the way. Seeing some shooting here coming from Ragefire. He's going to be laying into the active point. And here we go. We got Stu running across now.
Right in front of us. No, it's a
I
Canadian.
think
It's a Canadian.
if no
It's a
milk
Canadian.
is no milk just
Climax
got
here.
taken out by Stu.
He's running to the wall.
And Climax is right to the right. They have no clue about him.
Yep.
He's close.
Only one left is Jutro and Johnson.
Got a nade that's a little bit too far. Stu goes down as well. Climax here single-handedly holding off this attack from Sap Squad.
Yep.
Johnson Zucho flanking around trying to see if they can get another angle, but oh no, Climax burns
he
the
just-
rally. Oh,
Yep. He just burned their rally, which put their whole attack on problems.
oh, Climax was with a great play too.
Yep. And we're about to see potentially Zutro do the same thing if he pushes up towards the train tracks, where he'll burn their rally too.
Reposition here to the north. Now we have Maverick and his squad there duking it out with Bakiha on the CRF squad. It's
I think the problem still remains, though. It seems like they're diverting more assets towards the second point, and their first point is still struggling to get taken.
Yeah, I still don't understand why there was a fob set up there to the west.
Yes, I
Should've been
think
to the
they
north.
have. I think this is an oversight problem. So, oh, the enemy Bradley is pushing to point, though. He is rushing the point.
Hold up. Yeah. Oh, this is the mechanized infantry push we've been waiting for. Here we go.
Yep. Yep. Let's see how this one plays out. They are calling it out, though, so they are aware of where he is. Maybe we'll see if CRF has a hack kit nearby.
We got a full squad here in this Bradley. Lights, camera, action. This is what we came here to watch. Let's see this. Please, hot drop them right on the point. Oh, yeah, they're going. Looks like they're going to stop short, maybe get a rally down before going in. That'd be the smart approach.
Yep.
Climax finally
Hat
goes
rocket
down.
Did mix. It did miss. Went right over the Bradley.
Moving back.
They are calling it out tracked, but he is not.
Bradley gets engine.
Yep.
So we're seeing that happening. We're also seeing the other Bradley coming in from the east here to help support. And this is what the game was intended to be. U.S. with overwhelming force and machinery coming in against an inferior opponent. We're finally seeing this in action here. Both Bradleys laying down fire into the point. Holy shit, there comes the commander artillery right on top of the engine Bradley. So
That
many
couldn't have
infantry
been
dead.
more perfect. That was a perfect artillery strike.
Oh my god, they're all dead.
Every single one of them are dead. Their entire infantry push is gone.
Oh my god.
There could have been a better artillery strike that has ever happened than just put this back on their back.
I'm gonna clip that. Wow.
Yep. They still.
Oh my god, they're all dead!
Yep.
They're all
He
dead!
they just got the last of them too that were down there at the beach. Down there at the river, there was about 4 of them left. Artillery strike nailed them too.
Oh my god.
And it does look like they were trying to repair the Bradley. Cooney is now one-manning the Bradley, trying to limp it back home when it's engined.
My god, that was insane there. The coordinated mechanized infantry push, not just one, but 2 Bradleys in one single strike. We get a
Yep.
decrewed Bradley and pretty much 2 infantry squads just dead. Oh no, this Bradley is just... Oh no. It's
Yep.
Cunny's engined again, and he has no infantry support. He's dead in the water. On
He is
fire now.
Surrounded. Yep,
Oh.
that is it for that Bradley. And it does look like the last Bradley is pushing, but now he's backing up. Just going right by Rogue, and I don't think he has any idea that Rogue is there.
No idea. The thing is, he has no infantry support, so if he gets engined or tracked, he's also dead in the water.
Yep. Yeah, the closest infantry support on this entire point over here, it looks like it's Stu. And even then, I don't think Stu can save him. And he just got engined again.
No, not engine. He just.
Nope.
Oh my God! There's the hat kit.
Yep.
Both Bradley's dead now. 2 full infantry squads dead. The medic's going to
Oh.
work though.
So just to fill you in, I believe their tank originally shot him. I'm checking admin right now.
Friendly fire?
I'm looking. No, must not have been. They were calling it out over their comms, over CRF comms, that it was their tank blew him up, but I don't think he did.
No, I don't think so. Oh man, that's tough.
And it does look like the U.S. is artillery striking the whole point. Their strategy on CRF is interesting, to say the least.
It's working.
It does, yes, it is working, and it does look like that they are, instead of hunkering down on point, it looks like they're pushing off of point and holding. Because they know that the U.S. can't push while the artillery strike is active as well.
Best defense is a good offense, and CRF
Yes.
is definitely showcasing this today.
Yes. Yes. At this point, I think they only have their Abrams is their only mechanized that they have left.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think that's it. They have no other support other than their tank that's shooting long distance, and who knows how long that's going to last before a hat decides to pop a round off.
Yeah, let's check in and see here. So that entire southern approach was killed. I don't see any U.S. forces to the north and northeast, at least of any significant size. We do have, looks like a squad building up here on the west side, default Excalibur Rebel. They're going to be overlooked by the Abrams, and there is smoke, so they might be able to get somewhat far over this bridge. I don't see it working out.
Yep. It does look like Maverick, Crony, Falafel. It does look like that they are trying to push in from the northeast side. It looks like they were just dropped off.
Oh! They get blown up by the tank. That bridge is now cleared out. Rogue, the last CRF left standing until that rally allows for them to reset. That gives a window for default, unironic, Excalibur to push across that bridge. We also see King Julian. Take a look at him. He's in no man's land. Looks like he took out. He shot Jaya. Jaya's bandaging. Akatsuki knows about him.
Yeah, I think Akatsuki's just looking for the correct angle on him before he pops him.
Oh, that's a good nade.
That's a really good.
Oh, they got him.
Yep, but it does look like Akatsuki fired off a round that did injure Julian. So, oh, and it does look like Theos is pushing, but I don't think Theos knows where Julian is because he's looking down at the train tracks.
And
Nope,
Yossi
did
goes
not.
down. Yeah, Mr. No Milk also goes down. Great shooting from Julian. Akatsuki realizes he has to put a stop to this now. Julian, aware of this push, he's going to be turning around. And he takes him out. Great job there from Julian.
It is a fantastic job by Julian. The only problem, though, now is that everybody knows where Julian is.
Julian don't give a damn. He'll kill them too.
It does look like Maverick, Flopple, and Scruggs are pushing this point from the east side, and they do have support from Akatsuki and Crony.
East side. Yeah. Let's go take a look.
It does look like they are doing a push. I think the problem is, though, is you got Crony and Akatsuki pushing up too fast, and they're outrunning their infantry.
Yeah, I would have.
They did just call it out. They know exactly where they are, and I think that just ruined the infantry that did just ruin the element of surprise.
I don't know. This smoke is going to be pretty useful. He's going to have some infantry to back him up. I just don't think there's enough infantry.
No.
And man, if you had like a full squad or two push in, this would be the perfect attack.
Yep.
Akasito and Crony doing whatever they can to give their infantry some sort of concealment just to get close to the point.
I think the problem though is that, you know, if they do take this problem and get taken out, that's the last of their vehicles.
Yep. Yeah, we see there's CRF here to the south side, and they're just going to be pretty much just watching that crossing into the point.
Yep.
They get taken out by the strikers, so that leaves a little bit of an opening, but there's not enough infantry. Makisa's pushing up, you got Echo, you got Owen, you got, oh my god, great shooting from Ragefire. He takes out, it looks like 4 infantry on the point.
Yep. It sounds like is that their biggest problem that the CRF side is running into is ammo. They're out of ammo in their fire base. They haven't gotten resupplied, and I think that's what's hindering their lats and hats from correctly engaging the enemy.
Yeah. No, that checks out 100%.
Yep.
Scrubs
I
here
think
making
that's
his
why
way.
you see Crony and them have started pushing so aggressively is because there's no rockets coming in.
Yeah, Crony and Akazito just have basically the lay of the land. They're driving around, taking out infantry. The thing is, they don't have the support to do anything with it, so you can kill as many guys as you want. You need to back it up with ground force infantry.
Yep, for sure. I think, and it sounds like too that they're holding really well on administration, almost too well, and I think they're starting to push a lot of resources to holding administration rather than holding first point. So I think we're seeing the exact opposite of what we saw on the U.S. side, where they prioritize second point instead of first point.
I still don't understand why the U.S. has any resources near administration.
Yes. Oh, it does look like their Abrams is finally moving off that hill. Interested to see how that happens, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
thinking,
see him.
yeah, he's over there by train tracks, by the train bridge. I'm thinking that they finally, when they realized, when they saw Crony and them driving around, that gave them the idea, hey, we can finally move off this point. Maybe they don't have rockets left.
Yeah. Man, Ragefire's just having the time of his life here. He's got a target-rich environment.
Yep. Scruggs is on point.
Yep.
Looks like he's hiding. Looks like NUSO knows that he's there. He just doesn't know where. Scruggs is holding a dirty corner and a dirty angle.
Just being Rainbow Six Siege right here. Boom!
You fucker.
Uh-oh, Scruggs not ready for the follow-up. He gets
Yeah.
traded out by Shreks.
Yep. I think the best thing that Scruggs could have done there is laid low, but he is getting pushed by a lot of blue right now.
We got Knights here in the south side going to be taking out Watson. He's not... It looks like he's aware that there might be a second guy in the tower.
That was an enemy shooting.
Yep. I just don't think he has the angle. The problem is oh, yep, he got RZA.
Where was he?
I
Jaya
don't think
with his
Jaya-
headphones on
Jaya
backwards.
has- yep. I don't think he has
Oh, I don't
any
know what
idea of
he's
where
doing.
he
Yard
is.
From, Jaya and Climax.
I heard him yell out in
Versus
local, "Where is he?"
Yeah.
Which isn't a question that you want to throw out there when a guy's shooting right next to you.
Here goes Cunny and Zechariah. Looks like another Bradley spawned in the wild, apparently. They are tracked, though.
Yep. Looks like Zachariah is trying to repair it.
Oh, Zechariah bleeding now. He's got to bandage himself before he keeps repairing.
I think at this point the admins are just letting it run and seeing how entertaining this can get. See how good
Yeah.
the CRF is at holding.
Yeah, there's no... It's whatever the admins want, you know. It's not a competitive scrim. We can have whatever fun we want with it. I like this
Yep.
last man, kind of like last stand thing for CRF. What does it take to take this point?
Yeah, right? And I think CRF is holding their ground extremely well.
Yeah. I think this is the fourth Bradley I've seen this game.
Yeah. Fourth Bradley and second Abrams that I've seen this game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Neosi with
it
balls
did-
of steel, too.
Yep. For sure. And it does look like that the inch in with a Logi. Or no, it's just a support vehicle. Looks like they got wiped by one guy, which is amazing. At this point, I'm curious as to what it's going to take for them to rout. You know?
Yeah. Connie here just shooting at everything. He can't see straight, so he's shooting through the smoke, trying to rack up as many kills as he can. I don't see him last.
He realizes.
There he goes.
There he goes. He is done.
Rage Fire laying into the point as well. We do have a bit of a push here from the south side, so we still have we have Crony, Striker, and we have the land bridge here with Sap and his squad. So they're going to be trying to push from the south side, seeing if they can make another effort like they did before. Yep. And U.S. forces are getting close. You got the south side approach. You got Knights coming in the front door there. He takes out Climax. You have some guys to the west, some guys to the east. You see some smokes coming down. All right, this is shaping up.
Yep, it looks like Knight is on the outside of the point there. If only he gets more support, they could probably try taking it.
Watch north. Someone will pick
Here,
you
the
from
CRF team freaking out here in the base.
At this point, the CRF team is just reacting to the fire. They're just reacting to where people are going, not necessarily moving as what's the word? They're not moving as best as they were in the beginning.
Yeah, true. Thing is, there's still not enough of a presence from the U.S. team. I mean, this could probably change if SAP squad keeps coming in from the south. I still don't see how they're going to clear this out, but I'd like to be proven wrong.
Oh wow, that's
wait a
amazing.
second.
They did find the enemy's second radio.
Yeah, wait.
Second point.
He could try to just shoot the radio. Rogue found the radio?
Yep, Rogue found the radio at second point that the U.S. team put up. He just called it out on the radio. You know, I'm wondering to see what he's going to do here. It looks like he's just holding, waiting for infantry to move up, but he is solo. Nope. Actually, that's not true. He's got Citrus there. The nearest enemy is Innocent, but let's see. Innocent's
How do you
moving
get
the wrong
upstairs?
way.
What the heck?
I don't know.
You'd have to. How did they? What? How did he even do that? I think you have to jump on top of a Logi is what he did.
You're gonna have to get on the either west or east.
Oh, yep. Just drove a Logi straight in and
I think that's what happened.
did it. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's a possible radio to do. That's cheeky. Okay, that's one way to do it.
That's definitely different. But yeah, I think you need a vehicle to be able to get up that high. I don't think Citrus jumping on Roga is going to fix that.
No, not at all. Here's the considerable force here finally coming in. U.S. team pushing in heavy from the south. Checking back in on Acosito. Let's see. The Striker looks to still be up. Yeah, Striker's still up. And you can see the points getting shelled now from the Abrams. You also have that massive infantry pushing in. And here we go. This is what we came to watch. Full squad of infantry pushing in from the south side. This is utter chaos. Rage Fire filling in the smoke.
Yep. I think the thing is too is that it's bogging down the infantry. As you got Pseudo that's sitting there one-manning it, basically just on the turret, and he's shooting anybody who tries to cross open terrain, and so that's bogging everybody down. From Potato Aim and Watson being able to move across the way.
No cap just yet. Looks like the U.S. infantry needs to push a little bit more to the north.
Yep. I mean, they've only got 4 people on point right now. I mean, 5 people, sorry. Them capping it, I think, is a real option here.
Another thing to think about, too, if the U.S. forces can't cap this, they only have 60 tickets left.
Yeah.
I don't think tickets were ever supposed to be a factor, but they are now.
Yep. It does look like that they were able to successfully get up there, and it looks like Bear is pushing Rogue.
Oh, they got up?
Rogue and Citrus. Yep, they got Citrus up there, and he's currently digging it down. He's got it down a layer. They just launched a rocket through the window, and it missed. But
U.S. forces
enemy Yeah, U.S. forces. There's about 4 of them pushing it now. Let's see if Rogue can hold off.
Yep. Looking back at Firebase Boris real quick, U.S. finally has some chevrons. They are capturing Firebase Boris long at last.
Here comes the firefight over the radio, but the radio is also on bleed, and Citrus is just sitting up there. So I don't even think. Oh, Rogue just got a hell of a knife on the enemy.
Let's go back and take a look.
But it is now just CJ over there, and Citrus is sitting up there watching the radio. There's no way for CJ to stop the bleed, is the problem. Rogue's just running around. Oh, he just got CJ. That's it.
That's it. You can't save this
That
by
radio's-
yourself.
Nope, that radio is going to be down.
Great job.
You've got UV pushing up, but he's not going to be much effectiveness even if he kills Rogue.
That's actually a big deal because that takes out 20 tickets here in about 30 more
Yep.
seconds, maybe.
And that
then,
takes out all of anybody that was pushing that second point. I mean, you've got Popper sitting over there. It looks like he's scouting or sniping the second point. And then
So
Who even
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're on the other side of the wall from us.
the thing is, they stopped the Firebase Boris cap too. So if the radio goes away, they're down to 29 tickets on the U.S. team. And if they can't capture, there you go, 29. If they can't capture this point within the next like 2 minutes, the game's over.
Yeah. Yep. They did just call out the enemy radio is down. The only thing that's going to cause a problem for them on point is the Hab is proxy that's on point.
Yep.
They have their second Hab, but the problem is they're having to run over through the open, and that Abrams is just sitting there just picking them off.
I think the cap zone though is a little skewed towards the higher elevated portion. So as long as they can
Yeah.
just get there, oh my god, they're okay. And all these
Yeah,
US guys have to push.
Yep, and they are taking back it. They've almost got their cap point all the way full. I don't think there's anything that the enemy can do. I think they're just going to run out of tickets.
I think I agree with you there.
Yep.
Absolute chaos here. Abrams laying into the observation tower. Brian trying to hold his rock there in the northwest side. U.S. forces, not enough of them in the cap zone because that second Hab is still alive.
Yep. And to push back over to here, Squad 7 has respawned off their rally, and they're pushing Citrus on the radio, but the radio's down. So they're wasting resources that they could be using to capture at least the first point and reevaluate.
Yeah.
At this point, they're just trying their best.
Striker engine now. We're seeing some crazy fighting happening here. Ragefire laying in, getting a couple kills on the point. Not going to turn the time yet. Boris still not being captured just yet.
That is unfortunate. So I'm watching this scheme up here that's Citrus defending. CJ did
Ragefire goes
throw a
down.
grenade and ended up team killing both of his guys. There's
Oh,
only
no.
Link left alive. Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
Citrus is finally down, but nope, he's just grievously wounded. Oh nope, Citrus is down. CJ and Bear got back up, but yeah, CJ team killed 2 of his guys. So it's but to beg it some more, they're putting resources in a spot that's not vital.
Striker
Need to
goes
worry
down.
about- Yep, I did just see that.
15 tickets.
They
Oh.
did just get ammo back too, so they are, their hats and lats are going to start engaging a lot more effectively now.
It was looking dire there for a moment. The U.S. forces they mounted a full mechanized infantry push with helicopter and Abrams support, and they started capturing the point. And then it's just because of the cap zone in that second half, they weren't able to sustain it. And with the increased spawns from the CRF side, they just couldn't hold it. And it's 14 tickets now. I don't see anything changing. This is probably a game.
No, and they do have more people on CRF, but like you said, it's skewed towards the center of the map. So CRF just has to get on the high side, hide behind barriers, and they're pretty much holding it.
Yep.
Losing those Bradleys, losing the tank early really hurt them. I think this was a phenomenal game by MN to command this side. As a defensive side, he definitely pulled out all the stops for it.
I think it was
Hey, Womack, I'm leaving the ammo bag here.
Silver Mercy that was on
Let me
CRF.
cross.
still immersing in the sense here. Okay. But yeah, I mean, either way, this was an amazing game plan.
Absolutely.
That worked out very aggressively, and it worked out perfectly for the CRF.
Seen some Aaron Artie coming in, and I guess CRF maybe thought this is where the U.S. forces were concentrated, but
Yep.
not doing too much damage there. 8 tickets now for
No.
the U.S. forces.
I'm thinking that if they would have spawned it in at the bottom of that map where the enemies all conglomerated, that would have definitely popped them. Oh, does look like Baka. Oh, yep, he just got a knife on the enemy outside, to the west side of point.
That's awesome.
He's having a little bit of fun with it. He jumped off a rock to get that knife kill, which is amazing.
That's awesome. Daniel with the kill on Crony, and tickets starting to wind down. 5 tickets left for the U.S. forces. Oh man,
It does look like I mean, pretty much the enemy is gone off of this point. They are all down. If they give up tickets, it's game. I don't see a single person alive on point that is of the U.S. side.
GG.
Actually-
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yep. Yep. This was a great defensive game plan by CRF. So the admins should just call it. They have successfully defended that fire base, and soon we will start pivoting to the U.S.'s defense of it.
Fuck! I get revived and I can't even charm, man!
Yep, that is game on that one.
Close game. God damn!
That was an overwhelming destruction of them. CRF held. They didn't lose more than 500 tickets. The U.S. they lost a Bradley in the first 20 minutes, then a tank at 30, Logi at 30, 2 more Bradleys around the 45-minute mark, and a Hab at the 60-minute mark. So it just went downhill for them on mechanized, and it seems like that they just weren't in the right spot to capitalize off anything.
Did I hear that right? That they're gonna run it back with change sides.
I believe so. From what the admins were putting out on the message across the casting, is that it seems like that they might run it back.
Canadians have held Firebase Boys and stood off to the attack. Will America let this stand? Seeing some disconnections. Don't know. Definitely, I agree with what you're saying there. I think the initial game plan looked like the U.S. wanted to be pretty aggressive, and they just kind of got bogged down.
Yep.
CRF, like you said, had a great defensive game plan. They were pushing out into the extremities, like I was saying earlier. The best defense is a good offense, and CRF brought the fight to the American forces, taking out armor, taking out rallies. And the U.S. team never really had a chance to get a good attack fall. They were always playing off their back heels with rallies, and they figured it out later. They got the mechanized infantry push going, and it was just a little bit too little, too late. It looks like they could have taken that first point for a bit, but CRF held out. Great match from both teams. I'm still looking to see if there is going to be a round 2. That was it. So there is not going to be a round 2. Just confirmed from the admins.
Maybe they're setting us up for a part 2.
Yeah, and for anyone that's watching, if you've watched the other games, we've had like sequential events. So like we had a D-Day event, and then that transitioned into a invasion event on Black Coast. So it could be something like that where maybe there's a next step in the storyline. But super fun to cast this. I had a blast. Thank you, Sniper, for donating your time to help cast as well. Any last words you would like to say?
My pleasure. That was a good game, and I like how that one came together. That was a really good one to have. And again, I thank you for allowing me to join you.
Alrighty, this is Zane Sniper. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for a 3v3 tournament that Fives will be hosting. Thank you very